Good afternoon, it's Sunday the 24th of April and this is your Tech News Roundup. So many of you might not know this, but the Snappy-Tech Tech News Roundup is actually something that's usually published in written form on snappytech.co.uk. This week and potentially in future weeks, and I thought it'd be more fun to make a video out of it. So you're stuck with me, and technically this is Tech News Roundup number 41. The first news article of the day is about CERN, the team behind the Large Hadron Collider, who released 300 terabytes, that's with a T, you know, TB, like really massive hard, 300 of those, 300 terabytes of information in the public domain. Now, there are two data sets. There's the original data set, which researchers themselves were using, and then there's the derived data set, which requires far less computational power, and it's designed for students. Now, the idea of this is that students and particle physicists of tomorrow have all of the data to mess around with, because they decided, well, we've done all we can with this information, there's nothing more for us to do, so why not share it with the public and see what they can do, and let them experiment with all of the little funky stuff. And as well as uploading 300 terabytes of information, they also uploaded some tools for you to be able to actually manipulate the data and to understand what it means, because 300 terabytes is a lot of information. In other news, the completely solar-powered plane, Solar Impulse 2, completed its flight across the Pacific today, flying from Hawaii to Mountain View, California. It is also worth mentioning, it's not just Hawaii to Mountain View. They actually flew all the way from Abu Dhabi in 9 flights spanning several months. Now, this is a massive achievement for a plane that has no fuel. It runs entirely off solar power, and it's been running for the last 5 days, I think it is, non-stop. It's crazy, right? Solar panels and no fuel because the sun. And it presents a massive step forward in the world of renewable energy. It means that we're less and less leaning on traditional petrol, diesel, fuel, gas, all of that, and we're slowly moving towards a world where you might be flying to America thanks to a solar-powered plane. It's not coming anytime soon though, because it has a massive wingspan and it is only powering itself. So they launched it up in the air, doesn't even have pilot in it, it's all remote controlled. It's kind of like a drone, just solar powered, but it is amazing. If you want to check them out, the website will be linked below as well as currently on screen. Considering how much editing I feel like doing, you never know with me, you'd be surprised. And yeah, it's a really cool project. Make sure to check them out. It's a really great idea as well. They completed 9 flights and went across the entirety of America, and they're completing a flight around the world. Not up the world, around it. Though they could probably go that way as well. Probably far less interesting, and a lot colder, I assume. Finally, there wasn't really anything that I deemed to be sort of massive breaking news that was worth covering, so let's get a couple of quick bits. First of all, Mirror's Edge Catalyst has been delayed again. No one's surprised if we're being completely honest with ourselves, but it is one of those games, the original Mirror's Edge, very good game. But, you know, we really want Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I personally hope it's a good game, because the idea of the game is really unique. Sort of the free running as a female main character is also something that was sort of very in question initially. Very good idea, and hopefully when Catalyst comes out, it will actually be a good game. Secondly, the Amazon Fire tablet has got an upgrade over the last few days. It's now available in orange, blue and purple, and it even has a 16GB model, which will cost you an extra $20 or roughly £12. Probably should have looked it up though, but hey, $20, probably £10, £12-ish. And it's still one of the best budget tablets you can get. The kids edition of the 16GB Fire tablet though will cost $120. Finally, some Snappy-Tech news. We're getting rid of this D3200. I am replacing it. We're getting a new high-end camera which will look even better than this one. 1080p 60 FPS, potentially 4K. Not sure how I'm going to record yet. We're going to see how it looks. Might do 4K and then crop it down to 1080p. Might just do 1080p 60 FPS and hope that it looks crystal clear. Buying a lens for that as well, obviously. Also, tomorrow's video, quick sneak peek, will be me and Kevin, a co-worker of mine, we're actually going to Age UK to do some gardening. So I'm going to do another vlog video tomorrow. So gardening in the morning, there's a thing about the dark net. We're going there in the evening, so it's going to be very action-packed. So some gardening, followed by some dark net, which is technically techie, so you can't complain. If you liked the video, hit like. Make sure to subscribe. If you didn't, not quite sure why you're here. To see my last video, click up here. It's actually from Thursday when I went out to the CII Public Interest Awards. And if you want to watch last week's episode, there isn't one, because this is the first recorded one. However, all of the written ones will be available at the link below. Just down there. Just hit show more, and it's right there. It's a link, and it'll take you right to Snappy-Tech. Oh, and by the way, before you go, the reason I'm wearing this shirt isn't because I work for ROG or Asus. It's because every week I want to try and wear a different tech or gaming oriented shirt. I currently own about 6 of them-ish, and hopefully every week I'll bring a new one to a table and it will look cool. And I don't know, it's hopefully not going to be horrible. See you guys next time.